Welcome to your math journal. I want to talk about how to put in your journal entry for the day. So when you get to the home page and you are in a Google site, you are going to find your name at the top, check the drop downs, and when you get to your journal, you have a bunch of different ways that you can add content to your journal. So we're going to talk about what you have to do first. The first thing you need to do is you need to click on text box. It's under insert, and make sure a text box pops on your page. You need to make sure that you are on your page and not someone else's. So insert text box, and then you need to write today's date first. 2019. We always want to begin every journal entry with the date. That way, when we're going back through and looking at all the things that we've learned, we can easily see when we learned about them. So you might write about something you just learned in math. Maybe your teacher will give you a topic and ask you to write about it. Maybe you will write about your favorite thing in math for the year. Perhaps you will explain a new concept you learned. So the first thing you're going to do after the date is you're going to go ahead and write. You're going to be typing what you learned about. But the really cool thing about Google Sites is after you type what you learned about, you have the opportunity to add images and other things to really show your thinking. So, for example, maybe you just learned about multiplication and you are fractions, and you had done a slideshow in class about fractions. So what I can do on my insert is I can scroll all the way down, and I want to put my slideshow right in my presentation. So maybe this is the slideshow where I just learned. I hit insert, and there's my slideshow right there, that if someone came to this page, they could click through my slideshow and see all that I had learned. Maybe you just learned about division, and there's an awesome YouTube video that shows what you just learned about division. You want to make sure it's a video that goes along with what you just learned. So before you just dump in any division video or something like that, you want to make sure that it's something you can watch and something that makes sense for what you just learned. Maybe you made a doc or a sheet or something else. You can also put those in here as well. Do you have to put something in every time? Absolutely not, but you certainly can. The other cool thing that you can do is maybe you don't have something you already created, but you want to make something. So you can go to any of these programs and make a little visual of what you just learned, and then insert that into your Google site. The one thing that you need to remember that you must do is put the date and write about what you have learned. When you are finished with that journal entry, the next time you start a journal entry, you're going to go back over to insert. You're going to get to your page, go to insert, click text box, and you want to make sure your text box comes underneath your last journal entry. If it didn't, or if it on accident is up here, you can drag it down and move it around. You have options for editing your text. You probably want to use some normal text. You can align it, numbers, bullet points. You can put in links. Maybe you did some type of math activity and there's a link to it. You can put in a link to it. And you also have the option to color the background. Yes, you can put images and things like that in the background, but what I ask is that whatever you add, we can easily read it. So there's a lot of really cool fonts out there and really cool text features, but you want to make sure that this journal is readable, not just an art project.